Hi, my name is Gulam from South City and I'm your instructor for teaching of front-end development. In front-end development we have started HTML and today our topic is block and inline tags. Basically there are two types of tags in HTML. One is block and another is inline. Every HTML element has a default display value depending on what type of element it is. So we can say that every tag in HTML have a default value which is either block or inline. There are two types of display values, block and inline. So first try to learn what is block level elements or tags. A block level element always starts a new line and the browsers automatically add some space, a margin before and after the element. So let's try to understand block level elements with the practice. For this I will go to Notepad, click on File, create new file, again click on File for saving the file. For saving, click on Save As, save in your desired folder, that is Learn HTML. Change the name, let's say HTML block and inline and class and id dot HTML. We have to ensure that the extension should be .html because browser render HTML file, so we would specify the extension must be .html. Like other files, txt, png, jpg, jpeg, these files are not rendered by browser. Render only understands HTML code that is written in the extension with the .html. So remember in your mind, when you save your file, first this is ensure that extension would be changed and it must be a .html. So save the file. Our file is now saved. Let's write our basic code. Doc type HTML. After that we have HTML with starting and closing tag. Inside HTML we have head with starting and closing tag. After head tag we have body tag with starting and closing tag. Inside head tag we have title tag for declaring the title of your tab or page. Let's say HTML block and inline and classes. I will explain in this tutorial in later, and IDs. Save your file. For seeing the output, we have to go to Learn HTML and open this file with the Google Chrome. You can see we have nothing inside our content area. It's white. Let's write some block level elements or tags here and try to understand the block level elements practically by doing some examples. Like if I write here h1 tag, this is block level element, and right here this is a heading. Save the file, refresh my browser. Now our content is displayed in our content area. Now for viewing that it is block or inline element, we specify inline style. In inline style, I will specify border 2px solid black. Save the file, refresh my browser. Now you can see our border is start from left corner and it is end to right corner. It has some space from left and some space from right. That is called margin by default, and it has also some space from top. It is called margin, and heading tag has by default margins. We have studied that block level element contain whole display area width from left to right, from start to end, and there is no tag will be placed after that. Another tag would be displayed below this tag. If I write here one more block level element like p tag with starting and closing tag, and write here welcome to the front-end development with the help of HTML. And for viewing that this tag is block or inline, I will specify here inline styling. Style is equal to, and set the border to 2px solid black save the file, and for seeing output refresh the browser. Now you can see paragraph tag is also a block level element because it contains the width from start to end, and it is not displayed after the this is heading heading tag. It is displayed below the heading tag and contains total width. It has also some margin from left and some margin from right by default. Now let's see some more examples of block level elements. We have studied unordered list and ordered list in our previous tutorials. These are also block level elements. If I write here UL tag with starting and closing, inside UL I will type LI with starting and closing and write here name of roots orange. Copy this 5 times. Mango, apple, banana, grapes. Save the file and refresh my browser. Now you can see we have another list with list items on in our page. If I set their inline styling of LI item, we have to set LI item because LI item is also a block level element and UL is also a block level element. But if we set inline styling like border to UL, this would be placed after whole list items. Let's see border 2px solid black. Save the file, refresh browser for seeing output. You can see it covered whole list items and it also a block level element because it contains whole width of the screen from left to right. Now if I set style tag to list item with the text orange 2px solid red. Save the file, refresh my browser. Just see the we have write down correctly. No, we not specify here property, that is border. Save the file, refresh my browser. Now you can see inside unordered list we have red color border that is started from this bullet and contain total width inside ordered list. It is also a block level element. If I set inline styling to other list items with different border color like green, set apple text list item color to yellow, set banana list item color to pink, set grapes list item color to brown, and set and save the file, refresh my browser for is an error. This is because we have copied this 2 times. We have to remove this. Save the file, refresh again, refresh the browser. Now you can see all the list items has different borders with different colors, and it is also all of the list items are block level elements because it contains total width inside another list parent tag. So let's see another block level elements like pre-tag. Pre-tag is also a block level element. Let's write pre and write some text inside pre, like my name is Ghulam Mustafa and I am your instructor. I belongs to Soft City. My goal is to educate you about front-end development. Now let's save the file and see the output. You can see this is displayed same as we have written in our file. If I set style is equal to border 2px solid black to this for seeing the pre-tag that it is a block level element or inline level element. Let refresh my browser. Now you can see it contains whole width from start to end. This shows that this is a block level element. There are more block level elements. You can practice these elements with behalf of yours. I would like to remain these tags for you. These are the tags are table tag, div tag, description term tag, description dd tag, article tag, address tag. You would write these all of the tags and try to understand their behavior, or this is a block level elements or this is a inline elements. Now let's learn some inline elements. For this I would like to introduce you with inline elements. An inline element does not start on a new line. This is really important point. Inline level element not started with on the new line. It would start one after the other. When I explain you with the example, you would be understand properly. An inline element only takes up as much width as necessary. So it takes space only that it has text. So let's try to understand inline elements practically. For this, I would like to type some inline elements here. Like if I type here SPAN, this is span tag. It has starting and ending also. Inside span I will write here this is span tag, and inside span tag I will set the border with the help of inline styling, that is style is equal to border 2px solid black. Save the file, refresh the browser. You can see it is displayed inside the pre tag, but it is not good thing. Let's write here BR tag. It is displayed inside pre tag because it is inline tag and it contains the space inside the pre tag. Let's remove the border from pre tag, save the file, refresh my browser. Now you would see this contains the width only, that its text covered area, like start from here and end here, not contains total width of the screen. You can easily differentiate between the block level elements and inline elements. Block level elements all contains total width. So let's write another inline tag after the span tag. Like if I type here strong, text would be strong. If I write here some text, it is strong by default. Let's write this is used for bolding the text, and set style property to some border, because I want to show you the default behavior of the strong element. 2px solid red. Save the file, refresh my browser. You can see it is displayed after the span tag. The tags are not displayed correctly, inline tags. Let's see what is arrow inside our code. Let's see. Oh, here I have to close the pre tag properly. This is the error, and it is considering span and strong tag inside pre tag. So that's why it is displaying like one after one below to other. But if I now save the file and refresh my browser, now you can see the inline tags displayed one after the other. This is span tag, this is a span. This is used for bolding the tag, this is strong tag. If I write down one more tag after the strong tag and type here small, inside this I will type text like this is a small text, and inside my small tag I set the border for viewing their default behavior, either it is a display or inline element. Border 2px solid gray. You must ensure properly close the element that you have started. Like previous, I have not closed the pre tag properly and it is display effect in our output. So properly ensure to end your tag with slash tag. You also see the error if we not properly close the end tag with the slash. Let refresh the browser. Now you can see it is displaying after the strong tag, not on in new line. Now by seeing this you can easily differentiate that block level elements contains total width from the left corner to the right corner, but inline elements contain the width their text is written. For your proper understanding, let's write some more inline elements. If I write here a tag means anchor tag, and write here click me. Inside anchor tag I will write style is equal to border 2px solid pink, and also we have to set href attribute. I will set this to https :/www 3 times .google.com. Save the file, refresh my browser. Now you can see this is anchor tag and it contains only with their text is written. If I click here, I will go to google.com. Now let's write more tag, that is inline tags. Like if I type here button tag is used to display button in your page and write text like submit and set their style property to border 2px solid brown. Save your file, refresh your browser and see the result. Now you can see button tag is also a inline element. There are more inline elements like if I type here subscript tag, it is also a inline tag. For this I have to write CO2 and write here 2. Save the file, refresh your browser for seeing output, set the border for seeing either it is a block or inline. For this I will set style is equal to border 2px solid black. Save the file, refresh my browser. Now you can see only the two text have been selected because 2 is written inside subscript tag. CO is not selected because it is written before the subscript tag, and it is also a inline tag. So by watching these live examples of block level elements and inline elements, you can properly differentiate between the block level and inline elements. One thing is more that you can change the block level element to inline element and inline element to block level element. For this you have to write some CSS. If I want to change, this is a heading, by default it is a block level element. For this we will set a property that is display to inline, like display colon inline. Save the file, refresh the browser. Now you can see now it becomes inline, heading becomes inline. In this way you can change block level elements to inline elements. If I want to change this button element that has inline value by default and I want to change this to block level, for this we have to write here display property to block, DISPLAY, display block. Save the file, refresh the browser for seeing output. Now you can see button element is displayed in new line, not after the anchor tag, because now it is changed to block level element, but it covers only area, the text that it has. Now let's see what is next in our slides. Next is class attribute and ID attribute. First paragraph is about class attribute. The HTML class attribute is used to specify a class for an HTML element. First, try to understand what is class attribute, how we set the class attribute of different elements or different tags. For setting class attribute, let's remove this from here and set here class attribute is equal to like heading 1. You can name the class attribute as your choice, as your desired, as your want. Now I have set the class attribute to this HTML element, but it is useless if we not access this class attribute in any CSS in a style tag. For example, if I save this file and refresh my browser, now border is gone because I removed style tag from the heading 1 and set the class attribute to heading 1. But there is no use of class attribute in this h1 tag. For use of class attribute, we first define style attribute, style tag in the head tag. Inside style tag, we will specify our class attribute. Using class attribute, we can set different CSS attributes, CSS properties, like if we want to set a border, if we want to set a color of the text, we can change these things using class attribute by accessing class attribute. Now question is that how we access class attribute. For accessing class attribute of any tag, first see what you defined the class attribute in the tag. So first thing is that you have to define one class attribute in the tag. I have defined heading 1. You can design the name of the class attribute as your desires. For accessing class attribute, first I have to write dot, then this name heading 1 after the dot operator, heading the dot symbol 1. You must ensure that this heading 1, the tag name that is defined in h1 is same as the name you specify in your style tag, and start and close curly braces. Now inside braces we will set the border same as previous, like 2px solid black. First save your file refresh your browser by Ctrl plus R. You can see heading with border is displayed now. If I changed, for example, here only heading and save the file, refresh my browser by this icon or Ctrl plus R, you can see CSS of border is not applied on that HTML tag h1 because we can't access class heading 1. We are accessing heading that is not defined in this tag, not anywhere else in the tag. So must ensure that name should be same, heading 1, so there should be a heading 1. Heading 2 would be a wrong. CSS would be not applied to this tag. I refreshed by CSS is not applied. If I change to heading 1, refresh my browser, now you can see border is applied to the tag because the both same are name are same in the tag and in the style tag. And one thing is more is that you must ensure that you have to write dot before the name of class in the style tag. If you not write dot and just write name of the class, then it will be also not displayed the desired output. You can see border CSS now hidden, it is not applied. So dot operator is, dot symbol is must before the heading text, before the heading class. So in this way you can declare a class to any element. Now we will define two more classes in any HTML tag. Like if I define here p tag with starting and closing inside p, I will define this is a paragraph and set here class name like para 1 first class, and after that I will declare para 2. Now I have defined two classes inside this p element. One is para 1 and another is para 2. We can define multiple classes to one HTML element. Now I want to access these two classes. For this, what symbol is used? Dot symbol. First write dot, then para 1, starting and closing curly brace. Inside this I will set border like 2px solid green. Save the file, refresh my browser by Ctrl plus R. Now you can see at the second number we have this is a paragraph with the green border and it is block level element. Now if I changed color of paragraph to white. Save the file, refresh my browser. It becomes white and not displayed because it is white. If you select this by mouse, then you can see. For proper viewness, I will set to red. Save the file, refresh my browser by Ctrl+R. Now you can see the text color is changed. We have applied these two properties of CSS by accessing para1, means first class of this HTML element. Now I will set another property of CSS, but not with the help of first class. I will set this by with the help of second class. For this, first we have to access this with their name, like para2. After that, opening and closing brace. Inside this, I will write here like we have to centered this paragraph text. For this, I will write property here, text align center. Save the file, refresh my browser. Now you can see the text aligned in the center of the page. It has same width from left and same width from right, and this property is applied using second class para2. In this way, you can use multiple classes inside one HTML element. Now let's understand what is ID. The HTML ID attribute is used to specify a unique ID for an HTML element. HTML ID is same like class, but there is a difference is that you can define only one ID for any HTML element. You can't assign multiple IDs to a single HTML element. Therefore, ID should be unique for any HTML element. Let's understand this by a practical example. For this, I will write here P with starting and closing tag. Inside P, I will write this is paragraph that is used ID, and set the ID is equal to para3. The name of ID is same as the name of class you would define as your desired, as you want, and the syntax for declaring ID is same as the syntax of declaring class. For class, we use class is equal to, then the name of the class. For id we use id is equal to, then the name of the id. Same like class, we access this id in the style tag, but here is little difference. For accessing id, I will type hash symbol, not dot symbol, and after that I will write the name of id, that is para 3. Para 3, and after that I will type start and open curly brace. Inside this I will type here border 2px solid red. Save the file. Refresh my browser by pressing Ctrl+R. Now you can see after this heading, after this paragraph, we have another paragraph with the text. This is a paragraph that is used id, and the border is red, that is applied by using of id. So in this way you can use id inside your HTML element. If I set color to green, save the file, refresh my browser. Now you can see text becomes green. In this way you can set attribute like id to any HTML element. So let's try to add two IDs inside another paragraph and change their text as this is new paragraph, and set another ID like para 4. Now let's try to set the CSS properties to these two IDs and see the result output. For para 3 we first write hash symbol, then para, chain here para 4 and chain here para 5 for differentiate between this ID and that IDs. So chain here para 4 with starting and ending tag. Inside this we will write border 2px solid yellow color red, text color would be red. Let's save the file by pressing Ctrl+S and refresh my browser by Ctrl+R. You can see in this paragraph that has text, this is new paragraph, CSS not applied, border and color properties are not applied. But why? Because we have accessed correctly, but we have defined two IDs for one HTML element. That is not correct in the HTML. One HTML element have only one ID attribute. Now save your file again, refresh your browser and see the result. Now you can see CSS of border and text color is applied to this HTML tag. So in this way we can easily differentiate between the class and ID attribute. That class has one HTML element has multiple classes. With separation we use space like here, and for one HTML element only one ID attribute, not multiple attributes we can use inside one HTML element. So that's it. Our lecture is completed. Now let's see what is next. And next is for you, for my students. Every student should describe HTML display and inline properties. I have explained these two properties detailed and practically to you in my tutorial, and after that students should also describe about class and ID attributes, how we define, how we use, how we define multiple classes inside HTML tag, how we define ID, how we can access class and ID. All these answers of the questions would be in this tutorial. So watch my tutorial again and again. If you don't understand any concepts, try to watch video again and practice all the concepts that I have teach you in this tutorial for your better understanding of HTML. So keep healthy, keep safe, keep focus on your works. I will meet you in my next tutorial. So take care.